Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Kami po ang Bakas Group at ang paksang aming ibabahagi sa inyo is all about the arts and creative literacy. Ang mga magbabahagi sa araw na ito ay yours truly, Luigi L. Morta, Rochelle Capanay, Agustina Wakit, and Joanna Marie Calibuso, and Child Marie Dumawat. So balit, ang dalawang kasamahan namin ay hindi makapagbabahagi sa araw na ito sapagkat may inasikaso silang importante. So balit, nagbigay naman sila ng mga idea at explanation tungkol sa ire-report nila. Arts and creative literacy. Teachers need to be creative by all means because teaching entails critical thinking and creativity not only in presenting lessons but perhaps in all phases of instructional endeavor. Therefore, students' creativity potential should be honored through various pedagogic techniques, classroom activities, and student engagements. Teachers have to understand creative literacy deeply to guide them in assessing their own creativity, that of their students. Gaya nga ng sinasabi dito sa creative literacy, ang mga guro ay dapat maging creative sila sa kanilang pagtuturo upang ma-develop ang critical thinking and creativity nila sa pagbabahagi ng kanilang mga lessons. Therefore, teachers should honor the creativity of the students to have an engaging activities. Katulad na lamang dito yung classroom activities, pedagogic techniques, and magbibigay tayo ng isang output ay yun, bahala ang mga students na kung anong gagawin nila sa activity na yon. Creativity is the process of having original ideas that have value. Moreover, creativity is the ability to see the world in new ways. Therefore, creative individuals exhibit the ability to switch between different modes of thinking and shift their mental focus that suggests a connection. Creativity begins with a foundation of knowledge, learning a discipline, and mastering a way of thinking. It can be learned by experimenting, exploring, questioning assumptions, using imagination, and synthesizing information. The ability to generate creative and innovative ideas is not merely a function of the mind but also a function of 5 key behaviors that optimize brain for discovery. Tinutukoy dito sa creativity, tinutukoy nito ang proseso ng pagkakaroon natin ng mga orihinalidad na idea kung paano ba natin ilalatag yung isang gawain kung saan ay napapahalagahan dito ang pagiging malikhain sa pagsasagawa. Arts and creative literacy. 1. Associating or drawing connections between questions, problems, or ideas from unrelated fields. Questioning or posing queries that challenge common wisdom. Observing or scrutinizing the behavior or others, identify new ways of doing things. Networking or meeting people with the different ideas and perspectives. Experimenting or constructing interactive experience and provoking responses to see what insight emerges. Seven habits of highly creative people. 1. Prepare the ground. Creativity requires an absorbed mind, a relaxed state of focus and attention by giving the self sufficient time and space needed while letting the desire to create from the pleasure of creative expression and inspiration. So mula dito sa prepare the ground, tinutukoy dito yung pagiging handa ng isang estudyante kung paano niya ba isasagawa ang isang gawain. So halimbawa, kapag ang guro ay nagpagawa ng isang malikhaing pagsulat o yung maikling kwento, so dito ang mga estudyante ay meron na silang mga idea at dito ay nakaka-absorb na sila ng mga idea kung paano nila sisimulan o sisimulan ang kanilang pagsulat. 2. Plant seed for creativity. It is important to put attention on a hat you want to create, not on complaints, and set an intention produce desired results. Sinasabi naman dito sa Plant Seeds for Creativity ay binibigyan nito ang pagiging atensyon natin sa pag-create ng isang gawain. So hindi lang basta-basta tayo gumagawa ng isang output, bagkus ay gumagawa tayo upang maging epektibo ito sa atin. 3. Live in the question. Ask questions instead of trying to find immediate answers and pay attention to questions that others people ask. So, sinasabi naman dito na kapag gumagawa tayo ng mga activity ay marami ang bumabagabag sa ating mga kaisipan kung paano natin sisimulan ang paggawa ng isang output. So halimbawa ay una magtatanong ka ng mga ideas sa mga tao upang So mula doon sa pamamagitan ng ating pagtatanong ay nasasagot din ng mga tao ang ating mga katanungan. 4. Feed your brain. Get interested in something that later can provide you wisdom and ideas if you learn to make connections between people, places, and things that are usually connected. Sinasabi naman dito sa Feed Your Brain, dapat maging interesado tayo sa mga bagay na nakapagbibigay ng mga kaalaman at ideas na kung saan ito ay makatulong sa atin upang maging konektado pa rin tayo sa mga tao, lugar, and the things that are usually connected. Number 5, experiment and explore. Follow your curiosity, experiment with ideas, and learn from your mistakes. Therefore, the quality of creativity will improve. So, sinasabi naman dito sa experiment and explore, kung curious ka sa isang bagay, ay dapat mag-experiment ka o mag-explore ka ng mga ideas upang masagot ang iyong mga kuryosidad. Then, matuto ka din pag-aralan yung mga mistakes nang sa ganon, ang pagiging creativity pa natin ay mai-improve. Ngayon, dumako naman tayo dito sa eye-hand coordination. Sinasabi dito na the ability of vision system to coordinate the information received through the eyes, the control, guide, and direct the hands in the accomplishment of a given task. A complex cognitive ability as it unites visual motor skills, allowing the hand to guide by the visual stimulations that eyes receive.
So I am Rochelle Cabanay Farinas, and let's proceed to the two main conditions for inadequate hand-eye coordination. The first one is the vision impairment. It is a loss of vision that makes it hard or possible to perform daily tasks without specialized adaptations caused by loss of visual acuity in which the eyes does not see objects as clearly as usual. So dito nga sa vision impairment, sinasabing ito ang pagkawala ng ating paningin. Dito nga sinasabi na ang mata ay hindi nakakakita ng usual na malinaw na bagay at hindi sila nakakagawa ng mga pang-araw-araw na gawain na katulad ng mga normal na tao na malinaw ang mga mata. The next one is the movement disorder. These are characterized by impaired body movements which cause of variety of poses. Ito nga yung kakayahan natin ito nga yung mga impaired body movements na nagkakaroon tayo ng mga kinds of disability na kung saan nakakakuha nga tayo sa maraming dahilan. Katulad na nga lamang ng ataxia, which is characterized by lack of coordination while performing voluntary movements, and ang isa pa ay ang hypertonia, a condition marked by an abnormal increase in muscle tension and reduced ability of muscle to stretch. Let's proceed to the hand-eye coordination development stage. Doon nga sa explanation kanina, hand-eye coordination is the coordinated motor control of the eye movement and hand movement. Dito sa coordination development stage between birth and 3 years, of age, infant can following accomplish skills and can start off develop visions that allows them to follow slowly moving objects with their eyes, begin to develop basic hand skills such as switching, grasping objects, feeding, and dressing. So sinasabi nga dito na ang birth and 3 years ay nag-start na ma-develop yung vision nila na kung saan slowly nakakasunod yung mata nila sa paggalaw ng mga objects. At dito nade-develop yung mga pag-abot nila or yung pag-feed sa kanila or ang pananamit nila. Next one is begin to recognize concepts of place and directions such as up, down, in. Dito naman, kapag sinabi ng parents, yung mga directions, lalo na kapag palaging nababanggit, yung bata is madedetermine niya yung mga directions na sinasabi ng kanyang, for example, mother. Develop the ability to manipulate objects with fine motor skills. Next, between 3 and 5 years. Between 3 and 5 years of age, children can continue to develop hand-eye coordination skills and preference for right-handedness. Continue to understand and use concept of place, directions such as up, down, under, beside. Develop the ability to climb, balance, run, gallop, jump, push and pull, and take stairs one at a time, and develop hand-body coordination, eye teaming, and depth perception. So dito naman, mapapansin natin dito sa directions na dagdagan ng under at beside. Ibig sabihin dito, nag-i-improve pa ang hand-eye coordination ng bata. The next one is 5 to 7 years. Children between 5 and 7 years old can improve fine motor skills such as handling writing tools, using scissors. Continue to develop climbing, balancing, running, galloping, and jumping abilities. Continue to improve hand-eye coordination and handedness and preference, and learn to focus vision on schoolwork for hours every day. So dito naman, sinasabi na ang 5 to 7 years old ay nag-i-improve pa ang kanilang mga motor skills. Katulad na lang sa pagsusulat, o dito natututo na silang gumamit ng mga bagay na nakikita nila, lalo na sa mga tao sa paligid nila. Next is the visual literacy. The ability to read, write, and create visual images. It is the concepts that relates to art and design and has much wider application. Visual literacy refers to a group of vision competencies a human being can develop by seeing, hearing, and integrating other sensory experiences according to John Davis 1969. Dito nga sa visual literacy, ang ating kakayahan sa pagbabasa, pagsulat at bumuo ng mga visual na imahe o mga literato. Visual literacy is the ability to interpret, negotiate, and make meaning from information presented in the form of an image, extending meaning of literacy, which commonly signifies interpretation of a written or printed text. According to Oxford Research Encyclopedia. So ito yung kakayahan natin na mag-interpret at makagawa ng mga kahulugan lalong-lalo na sa mga nakikita nating mga bagay tulad na lamang sa mga libro, dyaryo o alinmang mga nakalimbag na mga sulatin. Let's proceed naman dito sa verbal creativity. So this the creativity is more important now than ever before and is even considered as a useful and effective response to evolutionary changes. Since it allows the individual to flexibly respond to the continuously changing conditions around, according to Runco 2004 in Fink et al. 2015. Creativity-related skills can be improved by providing specific rules, techniques, or strategies to develop appropriate cognitive skills for the domain at hand, according to Scott et al. 2004. So, ibig sabihin, verbal creativity is our ability to think creatively and to measure. Measure one's fluency, flexibility, originality of a verbal form which deals with words and sentences. Next, let's proceed to the four major components of divergent thinking. First is fluency. Refers to the total number of ideas, options, and solutions generated for an open-ended problem. So dito sa fluency, sinasabing ito yung mga total ng number or dami ng ideya at options or solutions na nag-generate natin sa pagkuha lalo na sa mga open-ended problem. Next is the flexibility. Is the number of conceptual categories. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang iisa ang maaari mong magawang mga conceptual categories, kundi you are flexible which you are flexible to do not only one but to do more conceptual categories. Next one is the originality. It is the aspect of created or invented works and is about statistical infrequency of responses related to the task compared with original ideas.
Iisip.
So dito, it is our kakayahan sa pag-invent ng mga works which is in frequency of responses. Example na lang kapag nagtuturo tayo, sumasagot yung mga estudyante natin which nako-compare natin yung idea ng isa dun sa original na mga ideas. Next is elaboration. It is the ability to expand on an idea with details and the ability to create an intricate plan. So dito sa elaboration, ito yung ability natin na expand or mas mapalawak pa ang ating mga kaalaman, lalo na sa paggawa ng mga intricate plan. Na kung saan ito yung ability natin na upang sa gayon, magkaroon pa tayo or ma-improve pa ang ating creativity. Next is the integrating and arts and creative literacy into the curriculum na ibabahagi naman ng aking kasama.
The following are strategies and initiatives in embedding arts and creative literacy in the curriculum. Number 1 is physical environment. Design a physical environment to support creativity such as castle designs, school building, well architecturally designed, edified roof and ceilings, creative murals, beautiful garden, landscape, colorful blocks and bench. In the math and science garden, structured music and arts studio, an atelier, student lounge, amphitheater, etc. Sinasabi naman dito sa physical environment na ito ay isang estratehiya na kung saan ay nakakadisenyo tayo ng mga bagay na nakaka-attract sa mata ng tao. Halimbawa, dito ay sa loob ng classroom. So dito, ang guro ay nagiging innovative siya sa pagdisenyo ng isang classroom, which is na-attract ang mga mag-aral na comfortable sa kanilang pag-aaral. Emotional environment. Ano dyan? Emotional environment. Take time to create and maintain a climate of respect, caring, and support to someone when making mistakes. So dito ay dapat pantay-pantay ang pagtrato sa isa't isa para mabigyan ng maayos na emotional environment ang bawat isa. Project-based learning or PBL. Provide students time, space, and opportunity to express themselves, their ideas, emotions, and insights through arts. Design and plan any projects that are relevant, rigorous, and real-world to attain motivation, engagement, and learning. Sinasabi naman dito sa project-based learning na dito nabibigyan ang mga student na ibahagi ang kanilang kaalaman tungkol sa arts, kung ano yung design or plan na dapat gawin sa isang proyekto na maaring matututo sila. Teach creative thinking skills. Teach students about metacognition or thinking about their thinking, even to the little ones, through the process of brainstorming, reasoning, comparing and contrasting, problem solving, concept mapping, analyzing, evaluating, and more. So dito naman ay natututo ang mga mag-aral sa pagiging creative thinking skills nila. Halimbawa, kapag magbibigay ang guro ng isang gawain at mula sa ibinigay na gawain ng mga mag-aral ay magkakaroon ng brainstorming ng mga ideas, concept kung paano nila isasagawa ang isang gawain. So mula sa process ng brainstorming, nare-resolba ang isang problema sa pamamagitan ng creative thinking skills. Number 5 is alternative assessments. Instead of just a worksheet or an performance or an assignment, provide different authentic assessments like performance, systems, design, product output, making, visual art, creation, task-based, project-based, portfolio, and others provided with rubrics and other forms of metrics. Instead of traditional assessment like worksheet, use an authentic assessment as an alternative assessment to assess the creativity of the students. Kapag pinag-uusapan ng authentic assessment, ito yung pagpe-perform ng real-world situation ng sinasamahan pa rin ng creativity. Number 6 is scheduling. Project-based curriculum and performance-based assessment need ample time and proper scheduling in either structured or unstructured manner. Dito ay kailangan ang sapat ng oras para maisagawa ang isang gawain. Number 7 is student-centered and personalized learning. Provide students freedom to choose on what they will learn, how they will learn it, and how they will demonstrate what they have learned. Dito ay nagkakaroon ng freedom ang mga students na piliin kung ano ang kanilang gustong matutunan, kung paano nila ito matutunan at kung paano nila ito ipapakita ang kanilang natutunan. Number 8 is incorporate arts. Integrate seamlessly music, art, drama, and dance into the curriculum to develop creativity. Sa pagsasagawa ng music, arts, drama, and dance ay ini-integrate pa rin natin dito ang creativity. Number 9 is integration of technology. So, encourage students to create and utilize blogs and websites, Blogster, VoiceTrade, student publishing, video game design, coding, filmmaking, photography, global collaborative classroom projects using Google Hangout. Dito naman ay ini-encourage ang mga students na gumawa ng online platform na kung saan naka-integrate ang mga technologies na kung saan ma-enhance ang kanilang creativity. Number 10 is preparing the body and brain for creativity. Create activities that induce body-mind integration such as yoga, ballet, jazz, zumba, and calisthenics.
Dito naman, inihahanda natin ang ating brain at body to create activities which includes motor skills katulad ng alang ng pag-yoga, ballet, jazz, zumba, and calisthenics. In overall, creativity is the process of having original ideas that have value and the ability to see the world in new ways. To enhance creativity skills, a person may adhere to 7 habits of highly creative people. And eye-hand coordination is the coordinated control of eye movement with hand movement and the processing of visual input with the use of proprioception of hands to guide the eyes in many life activities. And last, visual literacy is the ability to read, write, and create visual images, and a linguistic tool with which we communicate, exchange ideas, and navigate our highly visual digital world. Aesthetics is the philosophical study of beauty and taste and is concerned with the nature of art and the concepts that are interpreted and evaluated. And last is the creative literacy should be integrated in the curriculum through instructional strategies and learning tools while involving other stakeholders towards sustaining a creative learning literacy. And that ends our report. Thank you for listening.